To do an oil change on an XR650L, you're going to need a few basic things. 2 quarts of oil, an oil filter, and a crush washer for the drain bolt. The oil filter isn't always necessary, but for good sake you can always do it as well. I buy things like in kits, so it all comes with it anyways. The first thing I like doing is unscrewing the oil dipstick to pretty much reduce chances of oil creating a vacuum in there. So I always just unscrew it and keep it to the side for now. Then I go ahead and move to the bottom where the drain bolt is. I unscrew it. It's a 12mm, I do believe. Unscrew it. I use an extension so the bolt doesn't fall in the drain plug with me. Works great. Oil will get all over the frame, but just clean it up with contact cleaner after you're done. When the oil stops draining out of the XR650L, go ahead and stick back the drain bolt back into the XR just slightly so you can move on to the other drain bolt. Moving on to the front drain bolt. This one's actually held on with a 10mm, just turn it loose. And same thing, hold on the extension. It may get all over your socket, so keep that in mind. And be careful of it not dropping in the oil pan. The oil does sheet out far to keep the pan by your wheel, but also underneath the actual plug itself. Just as before, I'm going to stick it back in so oil doesn't drip out while I'm working elsewhere. Right here, I'm going to be taking off the oil filter. It's held on by 3 8mm sockets. Please use 6-point or else you will strip these bolts if they were over torqued at any point in time. At this point in time, you better hope you have an oil pan underneath this because it's going to create a mess, as you see there. Again, contact cleaner will clean this at the very end of this process. As soon as you take off the cover, there's going to be the oil filter and the spring behind it, so be careful for it to shoot out and do not lose the spring. Alright, so next we're going to be moving on to taking off the actual oil screen. There's typically an oil line, but I went ahead and took it off. I just missed it on video, but go ahead and take off the pan for now, or the guard, should I say. It's just held on by 2 10mm. You can only take off front ones, and then you should be able to just push down. As you see there. Now the oil line's typically held on by a 17mm, so all you do is you loosen it, lefty-loosey again, and the nut will come down, you pull the line down, and it will come down. Same thing, the actual oil screen, it's held on by another 17mm, so after you use the 17mm there, loosen it up, you can pretty much hand wiggle it out. Now on the screen you may see debris of some sort. Contact cleaner will work great, just to avoid hitting it on the O-ring, because that may damage the actual O-ring itself. You may have to replace it in the future. Once you get it clean, you can go ahead and start beginning to put it back in the bike. Kind of repeat as what we did before, only you're going to be screwing it in this time, and as well as putting the oil line back on. I do have putting the oil line back on in the video, so you can see how it was taken off initially. So after you get the oil line and the screen back in place and tightened down, you're going to go ahead and move back the engine guards back into place. You're going to take those 2 10mm again on either side and tighten them both down. To make sure everything's tight, I go ahead and just check my bolts again with one last final time, as well as the drain plug above. As you see, they're all 10mm, so go ahead and just check them while you're there. As for reinstallation, we're going to be moving back to the oil filter. Read the side that says point towards engine, because obviously you're going to want to have that side in spring towards the engine. After the oil filter is placed, you're going to go ahead and grab the cover. There's going to be a little notch on that cover, and there's going to be a notch on the actual side case as well. Match those two so they're facing each other. You can kind of just push it straight on. There's no twisting necessary. And then go ahead and start all your 3 screws. And don't apply one all the way in. Just go around and slowly tighten each one. So if you were smart, unlike me, you would have gone ahead and put the new crush washer on the actual drain bolt ahead of time. But I did not remember, and I had to do it right now. You would go ahead and do the same. Honestly, yours may be reusable, but I always like replacing mine just in case so it doesn't have oil leaks in the future. Go ahead and just tighten it down, of course, and yeah. Currently, this bike has less oil in my hair, therefore it's important to add the 2 quarts, or slightly over 2 quarts in some cases, to your bike, as this is crucial for the engine to actually function fine. After you're going to add this oil, it may take some time, go ahead and reinsert your dipstick, and that's it for the XR. It's really simple, and I hope you continue riding it.